Hello, my spookies. Welcome to After The Wane. This is a demo that the developer asked me to play. I was like, absolutely. And the thing that really got me about this was the art style. It is stylized. It is beautiful. It seems to be like a dancing video game, which is just stunning. And that's all I really know about it. So we're just gonna jump right into it. Oh god! The opening music was so quiet, I had my volume on so loud. Okay, was that necessary? I don't think this is a horror game. Oh. Unnecessary. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, you leap. Yes, I leap. Almost every morning for years, you've repeated this sequence of movements. I love ballet. Secret Missy Spooks fact, by the way. I absolutely love ballet. I used to work in a movie theater for all throughout college, and it was great. And they would have what they call Fathom events or something, when they would play the operas, which I also love. The ballets, and then like extra stuff, plays, Shakespeare, all that kind of stuff. And the tickets were really expensive, actually. But because I worked there at the theater, I got to go see them for free. So I saw every single ballet, every single opera that was there by myself, because no one ever wanted to go with me. And I love it. They're so gorgeous. Swan Lake will forever be my favorite. But, Romeo and Juliet was a really good ballet. Sleeping Beauty, I think, is probably second. That one was really good. Anyways. But your world is about to completely change. Everything that happened before was simply a rehearsal for what is about to happen. You glimpse the many variations. You know the steps. Oh no, I don't know how to say these. I'm gonna butcher this terribly. Glissades, demi-pliés, I know pliés, and entrechots? And yet your feet seek out the warmth of familiar tracks. You imagine them, left by a mother you never knew. Before you, an inescapable chasm. Oh, I will spread my wings. Oh! You spread your wings. Why hesitate? You're ready to fly. You are alone, but you soar above. Here, nobody can reach you. Gosh, a page turns. This is why I wanted to play this. Is this not beautiful? I think it's Jeté? A fleeting moment before the inevitable plunge in this life that is about to begin. Prologue. Barre? Feel free to make fun of how I cannot pronounce anything in the comments. I have no idea. I know plié. That's just about it. Yes, I appreciate the arts. It doesn't mean I've ever done a day of ballet in my life. No, the closest I've ever done to anything like that, never took dance, I don't think I did gymnastics. Maybe when I was like super little before I could like remember anything. I was a cheerleader for exactly one day. That is as close as anything's going to get. You finish your daily exercises when there's a knock on the bedroom door. 3 weeks. 3 weeks without access to a barre? I'm gonna stick with it, my guys. Where you've had to make do with the back of a chair, which is far from ideal. Is that like, or is it just a bar? Like, I think of like a ballet studio with all of the mirrors and then the bar on it. You just call it the bar? 3 weeks scouring the city trying to find a place somewhere. Then, as the panic sets in, anywhere. Why is it the second I start recording a video, an eyelash will fall into my eyeball? Without fail. Oh. You know that on the other side of the door, Andre, Andre. We're going with Andre. Your landlady probably wants to offer you a cup of tea again. Guys, be proud of me. And it's not because the saucepans that I use to make it are in the wash right now, and I'm too lazy to wash them by hand, but I'm actually drinking water. Water. The second that wash is done, I'm making chai tea. You've managed to dodge her yesterday and the day before, but sooner or later, you'll have to give in to her request, which isn't exactly unreasonable. Up until this week, she'd left you alone, probably because the other rooms have been occupied by a stream of tourists visiting the city. But with the arrival of September, the house had emptied out, and the old lady's attention had shifted onto her favorite niece's little protege. We're not yet at the stage where she'd come into the bedroom uninvited. If you ignore her, she'll probably go away. Play dead. You hold your breath for a few seconds. There's another round of hesitant knocks on the wooden door. Then you hear dragging footsteps moving away. Oh, I feel bad. I would have answered the door, but Play Dead was just too good. You could almost feel Andree's disappointment in her gait. Oh, I'm so sorry. I should have answered the door. But you can't bear the inevitable interrogation you'll be inflicting on yourself if you accept the invitation. You are beautiful. My goodness. You wait a few more minutes to be on the safe side, then you tiptoe your way through the boarding house corridors. You let out a sigh of relief as you reach the street. You're glad to be out of the Aurelia's aunt's house? Aurelia, I'm so sorry. The heavy atmosphere there is starting to get on your nerves. Yes. Oh! That and my finances. I thought I'd be fine for a few months with what I'd saved up and the last of Mammy's money. I didn't realize that day-to-day life in the big city would be so expensive. Ooh. Yeah. The price of the room is fairly reasonable, but having to eat out for every meal is costing me a packet. Move to Japan, where eating out is cheaper than buying groceries. At least when I was there. Although, oh my god, I just realized that I was there... Hold on. 13 years ago. I thought about that just the other day and was like, oh, dear Lord, I'm old. When did that happen? And I always know that because I was 20 years old, because that was the legal drinking age in Japan, but not the legal drinking age in America. America, it's 21, you have to be 21 to drink, but in Japan, you can be 20 years old. And at the time, I was going to a Christian college, because that's where you went. And they sat us down and was like, you're representing ideals of this college, and so you must act accordingly, and blah, 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 and please don't drink. Even though you can, legally, in Japan. And I can tell you, not a lot of people followed that rule. I did because I don't really like alcohol, but yeah, I do every now and then. At the time, I didn't drink at all, but I'm rambling on. This game makes me want to ramble. I don't know why. I really have to be careful. It feels like my savings are evaporating before my eyes. You and me both, my dude. I'll have to... What's the matter? I don't know. I felt something. Something familiar and strange. It's intriguing. You want to know more. Someone watching. No, I'm gonna follow my intuition. Ooh, what's this? That glowed. You start walking again, faster, weaving through the tangle of little streets so characteristic of this part of the city. Oh, the rain, which had only threatened until now, begins to pelt down. The music and sound is gorgeous. It's so subtle. You huddle beneath your umbrella, determined to find the source of the strange sensation. Your steps take you, with a hook to the left, and an about-face to the right, towards the heart of the city. You find yourself in a narrow cobbled street which slopes gently upward, with an inexplicable sense of déjà vu. But this is an area you've never set foot in before. It's so far from the theaters and from the main thoroughfares that join the bridges. There's a guy sheltering in a doorway on your right. He's watching you with disturbing insistence. If the way he holds himself and his general look left any room for, if the way he holds himself and his general look left any room for doubt, the fact that he's wearing a leotard makes it unmistakable. He's a dancer. I'll approach him. Let us dance together. Hello? Hi, puppet. Can I help you? It's a peculiar way to strike up a conversation. What is this place? You try to peep behind him, but the room is shadowy and you can't make much out. Still, it looks a lot like a theater foyer. Foyer? He watches you with an amused smile. I'm a dancer, and you're not hiring by any chance? Ah, I suppose you just arrived in town. He continues before you can even open your mouth. I did open my mouth. I said words, sentences. It's funny that you found this place by chance. That doesn't happen often. However, I'm sorry, but I need to get back. No, I'm going to insist. Wait, are you sure? Really, I'm just asking for an audition. No, I'm sorry. Our director is very strict about hiring. He hesitates for a moment before he adds. Look, we're putting a new show together soon. Come back in about 10 days. You'll get your chance then. Hey, that's something. However, I really do need to get back. He starts to close the door. Oh, wait! What's this place called? He just told me about the auditions. The Outpost. The Outpost? You seem surprised by the mention of this rather odd theater name. Unless, does it remind you of something? Go on, scram, please. I've already said too much. If I get caught, my ass is on the line. This time he closes the door and you hear the click of the lock. That's a little excessive. You go back up the road, unsure what to think of the exchange. Hey, I got a time for an audition. 10 days. We gotta come back. It's weird. It feels like it comes from this place. You look around searching for the street name, but on one side of the sign is missing, and on the other, rust has eaten away the enamel, making the letters illegible. I know that word. Well, you'll have to remember the way. Didn't I wander for a long time to get here? The rain hammers down. You need to find somewhere to take shelter if you don't want to be completely soaked. Your little umbrella isn't enough to protect you. You dash inside the first cafe that looks open. This is clearly the right place to be. There's a cat. Fetch the cat. Fetch the cat. Fetch the cat. Before realizing your mistake, the cafe, which is in fact a pizzeria, is not open at all. Well, fudge, but there's a cat. Metallic noises mingled with Italian expletives come from the kitchen. You're about to turn back when a pretty tabby... It's just a me thing, because this is the way that I notice stuff, but, like, the commas are used so incorrectly in this. It's just, like, it bothers me, but I try to keep going. Like, that there are commas when there should be periods, and I'm just like, you don't actually need that. Yes, tabby is an adjective, but tabby cat is, like, a thing. Like, that doesn't actually have to be. When a pretty tabby cat rubs itself against your leg with a plaintive meow. I will pet it. You bend down to pet it. Absolutely. The creature rubs its head against your hand, purring emphatically. Hello? Ah, I see you've met Anjo. We haven't been able to get rid of him since my sister started feeding him. You're here about the ad, right? Take a seat. Enzo, there's someone here about the ad. The noise is from the kitchen stop. Is it shit? I'm too Asian. I said I'm not Asian, but like my languages are too. So like I'm applying Chinese to that, and that's not. I believe it's casa, because I'm like, you know, mi casa su casa, but that's casa. So is this kosa? Shekusa? Kosa? Someone for the ad. A middle-aged man rigged out in a ponytail and Hawaiian shirt enters the room, clutching a wrench. In a pizzeria? Did we post the ad? I don't know. Never mind. The wrench goes from one hand to the other, and the man with the ponytail sits down across from you. while the other disappears into the kitchen. Sorry about the noise. The machina per espresso is shut. I'm Enzo. Are you here about the ad? I believe in the beginning, it mentioned that I was running out of money. And I'm assuming I need a job, so I'm just going to say yes, because I need money, and this pizzeria has a cat, so I will work here. Yeah. You figure you've got nothing else to lose by playing along. It's simple. We need help waiting tables, especially weekends and evenings. Have you ever done that? Yes. I've had several waitressing jobs, but in cafes. Well, this is a restaurant, but it's not so different from a cafe. Espera? Enzo has just noticed the cat, which is perched on one of the tables and is giving itself a good wash, getting in the way of the table settings. No, adding to the table setting. Aslan! What? Oh, is that what it's... Oh. La Musica del Gusto? And you put the cat outside. It's raining outside. Don't you dare put that cat out there. He's managed to get into the dining room again. Ever since Aslan's sister started feeding it, we can't get rid of it. Good. Now you have a cat. Congratulations. Enzo hesitates for a moment before asking loftily, tell me, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Cut the crap, Enzo. Tell her you'll take her on a trial basis. This isn't a recruitment agency. No, baby. Oh, my goodness. That is a grown cat. Why are you holding it like that? Oh, my goodness. Yeah, you're right. It's ridiculous. How many hours a week could you do? At the moment, I'm free a lot of the time, but that could change. If it works with you, we'll start you off with 3 evenings plus weekends, and we'll adjust it according to your availability. Okay. Can I see your ID? Just have to check your age. Oh, yes, of course. You rummage through your bag and hand him your ID card. Magdalena? I'm gonna go with Magdalena. But just Lena. Okay, maybe it's Lena. Attempt to justify yourself. No, if you prefer to be called Lena, that's fine. I don't need to say anything else. Well then, welcome aboard, just Lena. Enzo offers you his hand. You shake it almost instinctively. When can you start? Right away? I literally just said that I'm not doing anything with my life. Right away. Great. Service starts in 1 hour. Come on, I'll show you the kitchens. There's lockers for your stuff in the cloakroom. Is it just that easy to get a job? Run into a place in the rain. I'm hired. Immediately start right then. Aslan, have we got any small-size aprons left? It's the end of the shift. BB! You join Aslan, who's smoking a cigarette in the restaurant's backyard. You're exhausted. You only smoke very occasionally. I most certainly do not. My lungs are bad enough as it is. But you figure you could really do with one now, too. You sit on the steps facing him. Can I bum a smoke? Is that the smoke lingo? I don't smoke. I probably would, die. I'm just gonna talk. I don't want to smoke. Is it like that every night? Yep. Not exactly restful, is it? We're by far the cheapest restaurant in the neighborhood. Enzo insists we keep the prices affordable. So we've a full house every night. Wait, sorry. So we've a full house very night. I'm pretty sure that should be every night. Victims of our own success, he says. But I hope that won't put you off, huh? I really need the help, as you can tell. Aslan chuckles. I like a challenge. Just as well. Tell me, what do you do when you're not juggling 6 orders and 3 pizzas at a time? I'm a dancer. Ah, that's why you've moved here. Yes. It's not easy to make your mark in the art communities. Ooh, it is not. No, but I'm not gonna give up. No, it's tough, but I'm not giving up. A sigh escapes you before you can get a grip on yourself. Anyway, thanks for the job opportunity. My savings have just been melting away. Oh, it's not me you need to thank. It's Enzo. He's the boss. Tell me, have you heard about the neighborhood association? The neighborhood association? Yes. It's called the St. Louis Circle. We rent a place on, well, St. Louis Street. There's quite a few activities, especially the dance club. Oh, that's interesting. Hey, listen, I need all the stuff I can get. Well, we're having a neighborhood dinner for the association's new season 2 weeks Saturday. In any case, Enzo's closing the pizzeria to be there. And Samira's, what? The kitchen to make samosas. Samosas. That's a drink, right? Samira. Requisitioned! Listen, I just woke up. I'm gonna use that as my excuse. Yeah, sure, I have an English degree, but who cares? That's my sister's name, the former waitress. And trust me, you really don't want to miss out on Samira's samosas. Samira's samosas? Please tell me it's in the menu like that. Samira's samosas. Samira's samosas. I've never had a samosa. In that case, I guess I don't have a choice. I'm forced to accept the invitation. Hold on, is that in 10 days? Because I have an audition in 10 days. The door into the yard opens and Enzo sticks his head out. Lena? Yes? I've printed your work contract. Do you want to take a look and get it signed? I'll be right there. Aslan gives you a smile as you follow Enzo into the office. Oh. Act 1. Okay. Miss Sadier. The corridor light comes on, and the door to Andre's apartment flies open. It's after midnight. You're just back from work at the pizzeria, and after a week at this pace, you only dream of one thing, going to bed. Could I speak to you for a minute, please? Can it wait until tomorrow? The old lady looks outraged before she says in a bewildered whisper, I'm worried about you. Dude, I got a job now. What are you worried about? Okay, that's mean. Okay, you're not my mother. No. I'd say, okay, but be quick. She's just worried. What do these mean? Okay, but be quick. It's late. You haven't got the heart to send her packing, but you're not going to put up with this kind of intrusiveness either. Seeing as you seem more interested in doing I don't know what with I don't know who, I've picked up the phone and made a few calls. I have a job, lady. I've got a list for you of companies to contact. You didn't have to. I'm fairly sure I've contacted them all. Just thank you. You're welcome, but try to make good use of it. She holds out the list, you take it. It's late. You're keeping me up. If you excuse me, you told me to come talk to you. She leaves you standing with your list and your guilt. What? I took the list. You climb the stairs, go into your room, and flop down on the bed. Like, is this a good thing? Sometimes these lit up, sometimes this lit up. I don't know if I had this one just yet. Aren't you going to look at the list? I just need a minute. You let out a long sigh before turning your attention to the list. The outpost. Hey. Isn't that the name of the place you stumbled on the other day? Yes, I made a note to go back there. I don't know, that name, does it mean something to you? There are Odeons in every city in the country, but the outpost it's different. I don't know what that means. Do you think it might be a lead to your mom? Huh. That would be strange, wouldn't it? I was adopted by my grandmother a few days after I was born. There's no chance I could remember anything about her. But your grandmother might have mentioned her in passing. Maybe, I don't know. It was a long time ago now. Oh, whatever it is, it's definitely worth a shot going to knock on that door. Yes, Andre's written down the date of the auditions. That fits with the info I got. When will you go? She's written that the first session is on Thursday afternoon. I'll call tomorrow to confirm. That sounds great. Oh, Thursday. After losing your way 3 times in the tangle of narrow streets, here you are looking at the outpost. Ooh, that music. Unlike your last visit, the place seems far more vibrant, almost welcoming. There's a buzz inside, as if the place had just opened up after the summer break. You push the door and find yourself transported to an unexpected world. It is indeed an old theater, but it emanates an aura of sanctity that you can feel almost physically. Oh my gosh, that music is cool. It's far removed from the modern buildings you're used to, and even the National Opera, with its gilding and Rococo marbles, didn't have this effect on you. You're so absorbed in contemplating the Art Deco woodwork and furnishings that you don't notice the 2 young men who ask you if you mind getting out of the way. You apologize and take a couple of steps back. Your attention is drawn to the clothes rack that are moving from one wing of the theater to the other, groaning under the weight of the colorful, glittering stage costumes. On your right, a group of young women are disappearing into the corridor to backstage. They must be auditionees. On the other side, behind the box office, a middle-aged woman is checking a list. She doesn't look like your typical ticket office clerk, with her stern aspect and the skirt suit that screams high-level job. But lacking anyone more amiable to talk to, you approach her anyway. Hello? Just a moment. She doesn't seem in any rush to answer you. 2 minutes later, she's still absorbed in her list. Are people actually like this? Do people like this actually exist? I will wait. You decide to try and stay in the woman's good graces. After all, you're the one who needs help. After a long wait, she finally raises her eyes. Being impatient and rude with people never seems to go well. What can I do for you? Well, I'm a dancer. I'm here for... You're late. We're about to start. Have you got your resume? Late? It's at least half an hour before the time Andre had written down. You rummage through your bag and place a required document on the counter confidently. There's no reason to panic. A hand sneaks in from your right and takes the paper. Ooh. You turn and find another woman with a dancer's physique about middle age has crept in close to you. Her ice blue eyes carefully study your feeble list of professional experiences before they come to rest on you. She gives off an aura of authority. She seems to think deeply for a few moments before tersely revealing her decision. Follow me. Then she adds to the woman behind the counter, Lydia, could you send Arnaud to the big rehearsal room, please? Without a word, Lydia picks up the intercom. The other woman is already being swallowed up into the depths of the theater. Gosh, this is... The music is so intimidating. You trot behind her, trying to keep up, and you find yourself in a labyrinthine of jumble of corridors and staircases that you cross before emerging into a large room bathed in night. A man in a tweed suit with a mustache and small round spectacles leans back against a half-open window smoking a cigarette. Seeing you enter, he nonchalantly tosses the butt outside, rude littering, before he seats himself at an old baby grand piano. Grasping what you're expected to do, you start getting ready to dance. She nudges your shoes disdainfully with her toe. You won't need those. I will be surprised. I'm dancing barefoot? Yes. This additional difficulty doesn't delight you. I know literally nothing about dance. I know that point shoes, like ballet shoes, it has that wooden block in it, and that's how they tippy toe. And that means that, like, dancers' feet just look horrific after they do it for a lifetime. It's crazy, but God, is it beautiful when they dance. So I'm assuming then, I mean, you can't see this, but I'm, like, dancing on my toes right now. You wouldn't be able to, like, really properly go up since you don't have that support of the block if you're doing barefoot. But I think contemporary dance is barefoot. As you're trying to find the words to argue, a young man enters and strides across the room. You realize immediately that it's the dancer you met the other day, who in all likelihood would be Arnaud. Deborah? Arnaud, show her the duo. Arnaud quickly explains the choreography to you. This is another thing I never understood about dance, is how they learn choreography, which is incredibly complex and unbelievably precise, and it's got to take forever to learn. So explains the choreography to you, and you just immediately know what to do? You nod your head, trying to memorize the different moves you're going to do together. Like, there's no way. Is this actually how dance works? Someone who knows dance, please let me, educate me in the comments. His confidence and the way he takes his time to let you digest the information, checking that you understand each step, is very reassuring. Deborah comes over several times to pick you up on your comes over several times to pick you up on your position or timing. You correct yourself as well as you can. You know you're putting yourself on the line for a place in this company, the only one that's given you a chance up until now. Then Deborah signals the pianist and you begin. Arnaud is watchful, attuned. He knows the routine perfectly and does everything he can to make things easier for you, which isn't a simple task. Everything is unusual between the strange rhythm of the music coming from the piano, the series of movements which questions every academic certainty that have been etched into your body year after year. You and he, you waver over a fragile line between sophistication and animality. And why am I struggling so much today? Animality. In his arms, you fly and drop with the lightness of a swallow and the power of a hawk. Oh, that's it? Deborah interrupts you, asks you to reposition yourself. You don't understand what's wrong. Her instructions are so strange and counterintuitive. It's hard to understand exactly what she expects of you, but you have no choice but to trust her. You put yourself back in position and you begin. And suddenly, time twists into creeping contradictions. Nothing exists but the knot and the root, chemical wedding between you and the night. Then you're ripped from the joining of the worlds when Deborah claps her hands twice. The music stops immediately. Stop. That's enough. We'll stop there. Did I get it? Did I make it? Whoa. Wait, that's it? Oh, no! Oh, son of a biscuit! Oh, that is not nearly enough. Wow. Just wow, 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 wow. Thank you for trying After the Wane. I desperately want more. I feel like I barely, like, that was just like the littlest, teeniest little Oh, for more information. Oh, they have a website. Please visit us at novabox.com. Oh, nice. Let me go back to the main menu. Interesting. So, since this was the demo and there's a continue, I wonder if after the main game comes out, if you can go back and do that. The art style is stunning. Like I said before, that's what drew me to the game in the first place, because, I mean, when they're doing the dance, that is unbelievable. I wish there was more of that. That's got to be extremely difficult, I would think, so I can understand why it's just, like, selective. But, like, holy crap, I wish there was, that I could do something more of that. It seems to be more of just kind of, like, a visual novel type game. And I think that's pretty much what it is, with nothing wrong with that. I wish I understood what the top stuff meant. When I chose different options, it would light up, and I have no idea what those were indicating. Maybe as things go on, you get different endings? Does it affect... So I'm assuming my choices matter, but, like, I really didn't understand what this was all about. For me, like, slight game mechanics would be awesome. But if it's just a visual novel, it's just a visual novel. I don't play a whole lot of those types of games. So I'm like, all right, where am I going to do something? And I'm like, oh, wait, no, that's what this game is. It's a story and it's telling the story. I've never seen a dance game before like this. You know, I played DDR in my life, but whoever the artist is for this, my God, that's beautiful. I'm very intrigued to see where this storyline would end up going, and how, like, again, do your choices affect the dance? That's what I'm really curious about. Like when we chose to fly, right? That's beautiful. I bet if we did be rooted, I think we would like turn into a tree or something like that, and that would be really, really cool. Absolutely gorgeous. The link to the demo is in the description below. As always, go check it out for yourself. Wishlist this game. This is why indie games are just absolutely fabulous, because they come up with such gorgeous, unique things like this, and I absolutely love them. Give the developer some love, because my God, did they make something beautiful. If you enjoyed that as much as I did, hit the like button. We all like buttons. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It helps me out so much. Also, in the description below is a link to my Patreon. You can help support the channel so we can get awesome, amazing games like this when it comes out. I cannot wait to see you guys whenever we do next. I'll see you there. And a massive thanks to my Patreon subscribers for your support. You make this spooky, spooky heart filled with wonderful joy. Thank you.